What's up, everybody? My name's Garland here, and I'm bringing you another episode of Minecraft single player. And I just jerked my entire head around. That was really, ow, that hurt. I was doing the what's up, everybody, and I jerked my head. Okay, that was not a smart idea to do that. Hey, nice bone, thanks. And no, I'm not gonna work on the house anymore. No, the house is an owl house. I've already told you this. It's an owl. And no, look, the beak, eyes, horns or whatever, it's an owl. No working on the house. So too bad if you want me to work on the house. No working on it. Not today. Not today. What? I went mining last episode. I remember that. Hey, left an egg. Yes, thank you, Senior Clickers. All right. So, where did I leave all that iron that I had cooking? Here it is. Okay. So let me just grab this, and then just put this in. There you go. Perfect. Today we should. I'm gonna enchant a book. I'm gonna enchant a book with like 15 levels or something, and see what we get. I'll have this book here. Just make a bunch of books. Let's go. Boom. Now, there it is, 15. Unbreaking 2. Not terrible. It's not really good, but whatever. Unbreaking goes on pickaxes, right? Yeah, okay. So I have Unbreaking 1 on this one, and this one has Unbreaking 2. And then Protection can go on other stuff, so let's just grab. I guess we can work on the basement today. I have no idea, but yeah, let's just work on this for now. What did we want to do, or what did I say we were gonna do? I don't remember. I don't remember most of the things I do on these series, so forgive me if I forget exactly what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I'm glad I did this last episode. I started digging this out, but yeah. I was thinking about stuff to say during these recordings, and I kept thinking of telling stories from when I was a kid, and the one that kept on popping up to me was the one where I basically, when I was a kid, dang, I don't remember the story now. I remembered it like a second ago, and I just went completely brain fart. But okay, so let me just give you guys a Alright, so I think I've talked about my brother before in this on this here, but just in case you don't remember, my brother is very strong. Or okay, yeah, he's in the Air Force and everything. He's very outgoing person, and he's very funny. Now, my brother's about 15 years older than I am, and when he was around 15 or so, and I was just born, or he was like, I think he was taking care of me from 15 to 18, because that's when he joined the army. So, from 15 to 18, he's going ahead, he's taking care of me, while my parents work and everything like that. So, I have this relationship with my brother that he's more of like a parent figure or so, but, not really, nah, I don't really think of him as a parent, but YOLO, but, but, yeah, whenever I thought of him, I would always think of like a parent. And this is really bad because my brother was really bad at taking care of me. Like he here's a couple stories of when he used to babysit me. Uh, the story of when he went to a party when he was supposed to be babysitting me. Now, he makes fun of me for this all the time because of the whole thing of I would be so easy to put to sleep. All he would have to do is like is is put a cover over me. Like I was like a bird when I was a baby. I would uh he just put a cover over me and I'd just fall asleep. So he told me one day we're gonna play hide and seek, and this is so bad. He told me we were gonna play hide and seek, and I hid under a cover. Now, mind you, if I hide under the cover, I'm completely fine. I won't go to sleep. I won't do anything. So I went under the cover. I'm hiding there, uh, and I hear the door open. And this is just the worst thing he's ever done to me, which is that I heard the door open, and I thought he was just gonna go count outside or something like that. You know, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, okay, you know, it's fine. He's just gonna go outside and do something. No, what he decides to do, he decides to keep on counting as he walks out the door, and I hear the door open, and all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there, I'm just I stay there sitting and under the cover for so long, and I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm a kid. I think we're playing a game, so I sit there waiting. And I'm like, okay, this is taking a little while. Let me just doze off a little bit here. So I doze off, and it's been about 2 hours at this point, I think, because I think I don't remember. It was kind of like a little bit daytime when I had fallen asleep under the cut when we started playing, and it was nighttime by the time I he came home and he opened the door and I'm like, where did you go? He's like, oh, I was counting. I counted to 3,000. I'm like, oh, okay, and I just went back to sleep, not thinking anything of it. So I'm sitting there like, okay, that's completely fine. He was just counting. Okay, whatever, it's fine. But you know, it was so terrible because later when I became older, he started telling me that he actually went to a party and everything like that. And I was so mad. I was like, "Oh my goodness, how could you do that to me?" And he's like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "You went to a party when you were supposed to be babysitting me." And he didn't think anything of it. I'm like, "You're such a jerk. You're such a jerk." And that's just like, are you kidding me? Really? You're gonna go to a party while you're supposed to be babysitting? But I guess that's a story of my brother, of what kind of person he is. Yeah, I love my brother. He's a really funny guy. Uh, he's always been there for me, so I'm really happy. Actually, when I was a kid, he would be the one who would buy things for me. Like, my parents were usually working, and my brother had a day job, or he had a job at McDonald's when he was younger. So he would have a little bit extra money. He wouldn't really go out. He would go out a lot actually. And mine, he was a really popular kid, a really popular guy when he was in high school. He was really popular. Let me just put it at that. He was really popular, and he would always be out. So me like kind of ruining his days by making him babysit. Uh, I guess this is my way of apologizing to him because it sucks. It sucks really bad when you're a teen and you're forced to have all these responsibilities and all the stuff. I felt bad. I felt bad when I was a teenager, and I'm like, wow, my brother had to take care of me when I was a kid. That really sucks. He didn't really get to have like a pretty good childhood like I did because I spent most of my childhood playing video games. So that's my story, at least of my childhood. So I hope you like that one. But yeah, I felt bad when I was a kid because I felt bad when I was a teenager because I I knew that he spent most of his childhood taking care of me instead of having his own childhood and everything, instead of having his own friends, instead of his having. I mean, he had his friends, but he had responsibility to take care of his younger brother, and I'm very grateful to him because of what he did. He gave up part of his childhood in order to give me mine, and that's what I'm most grateful for, at least to him. And I'm very happy to have him as a brother, and I know he doesn't watch these videos. That's completely fine. And if I was to see him in real life, I'd tell him I hate him. I'd be like, I hate you, you suck. But no, that's the door knocking. Sorry about that, but YOLO. Very sorry, but okay. So, all right, okay. So, all right. So when I was doing something, I was uh, okay. What the heck? I don't know what he's talking. I think he's talking to himself. Okay. Uh, all right. So back to my brother. Okay. So whenever we would, this is another story, I guess. Whenever he'd have to go somewhere, he'd always take me with him. And another thing that's like I'm grateful for, like he didn't just leave me in the house every time. That one story is just like a one-time thing, where he left me in the house by myself. He just Oh my goodness. I think my mom came home that day and she saw me under the covers and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm playing hide and seek with Eddie." And then she went to sleep right after. So, I guess that's another story. That's the ending of the story that I had. So, that's what I had at least as a kid. As my brother would always make fun. Like, oh my goodness. If you guys want to hear more stories of me and my brother, just go ahead and leave it in the comments because it gets bad. It gets really bad. Like, let's see. One thing I bug him about. I bug him about this a lot is that uh, when I was a baby, he would like I said, he would babysit me, but I make fun of him for this day because of the story that my mom told me, or yeah, that he told me a long time ago, like probably when I was really young, and he told me the story out of random. So he tells me that when I was around 1 years old, that babies are like really they all they do is like poop and stuff like that. All they do is make a mess. So he told me the story of when I was a baby, I did that, and he didn't want to clean it up. So he's like, oh, and he gave me to my cousin Eric, and my cousin Eric is a another military guy. I think yeah, he was in the military, but he went to something else. So uh, my cousin Eric decides, hey, I don't feel like cleaning this up, so he decides to take me outside. He takes me outside to the house, and or he takes me outside to the front of the house, and he decides to get the hose, and instead of like giving a baby a regular bath, he decides, let me just hose him down instead of being a regular person about this. So I'm just sitting there like, all right, seems like a decent story. I'd probably do the same thing. I don't want to clean up after a baby, so by the time by the time my mom knew about this, she was so mad. She got super mad at everybody, saying that how could you bathe a baby? How could you hose a baby down? And yes, they did hose me down. So don't think this story is not for nothing. They hosed me down, and I was a dripping wet baby. All they did was towel me off and everything like that. They didn't change me. Anyway, they left me out. They didn't leave me outside. They left me dripping wet in the house and dried me off with a towel. So that was terrible of them. I that was very bad, and I'm very sad that they did that to me. I'm not really sad actually. They're funny stories. I like hearing about stories from when I was a baby because they're interesting. To know all these stories about when you're a kid. See, I'm not a person that gets embarrassed too easily. So uh, I being that I don't get embarrassed, I like telling story. I like telling people stories of when I was a baby and all this stuff, and all the stories that are like considered really embarrassing for people. And I like them because they're uh, they're original. Nobody else has the same story, and that's what I like about life. Nobody has the same story to them. Maybe somebody had like the same experience happening to them, but nobody has the same exact story. Like nobody really has the same thing to talk about or the same experiences as most people do. Huh? What do I want to do now? I want to make the center for the KFC. Like I want to start on the KFC. So let's just make like a little perimeter outside the house. Plus, it's getting pretty close to end the episode, so let's just make this thing and I guess come close to ending it. Where should this be? Where should this be? I don't have an axe, so I can't really break anything down. So let's go to the back of the house. The back of the house is gonna be the KFC. So YOLO. Okay. Right here, right around here is good. But yeah, that's my favorite thing about life is that nobody really has the same exact story, and everybody has something different to say. Like there's no exact same story. You might have, like I just said, you might have the same experience, but nobody has the same cool, the same exact story. Like you might have somebody who is I don't know how to word that. I don't know how to word things too well, but you might have somebody who had the same parents. Like me and my brother, we had the same. Well, no, he has a different dad than I do, uh, so that's a little bit different story. But still, we had the same parents, but my mom raised us both different. Like she raised him kind of weird, I want to say. She didn't raise him the same way she raised me. She raised me in the way that I was able to do whatever I wanted. Like she didn't really because they were old by the time they had me. They were about 40 and everything like that. And yeah, so my parents were pretty decently old by the time they had me, so I was a pretty late baby. My brother was 15. Oh no, Cluckers, no Cluckers. Oh no, Cluckers, no, Cluckers, please come back. Okay, so they were pretty old by the time they had me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh no, I had really young parents and everything like that. No, they were decently old. I had a 15-year-old brother already, and it's different. So my brother was raised kind of in an older fashion, rather than the newer fashion that's today. That's the new thing of today, that to let your kids basically be themselves and everything like that. No, my parents, my mom mostly had raised my brother and everything like that. So uh, she raised him the way she was raised, I guess, and they raised me kind of laid back and everything like that. And I agree with that kind of parenting, because then you get to see how your child turns out as a person, rather than telling them what to do every 5 seconds and everything like that. And that's a good thing, at least in my opinion. So uh, that's the end of the episode. I went on a bit of a storytelling spree, so hope you enjoyed. If you want to hear more stories about from when I was a kid, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. If you've already done so, go to chrisandthemike.com for more information on the lovely Attracted Network, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.